So Ivey finds a way to win there, Ras. Not the first nor the last time we will observe something such as that, as Phil not afraid to get into the murky water.
Doesn't want to see an ace, Mike. What he doesn't realise is he doesn't want to see a 3 either. Well, there's a 4 there for Phil Ivey.
I was going to say the ace, actually, he won't lose any money with the ace. The 3 would cost him his whole stack.
11,000
exactly.
is the bet. Fold.
So Phil Ivey in the foreground right, and Mike Matusow, the 2 players left.
Now Ivey is out of position. He's got bottom pair with top kicker. He's a 4-to-1 dog here. Tough spot to be in.
He does. He probably thinks that if he catches a 4, he's going to get the lot off Mike.
Yeah, so just make it 26, whatever. 82 here, 84, 82, 84.
Tom Dwan talking to his fans.
Cool.
He's called.
Turn card, jack.
Now that's a very, very dangerous card here. Not only is it the 3rd club, but it's a top pair. Can Ivey represent that?
Well, he's gone check, check.
7.
Well, he's got the king of clubs, Mike.
Check.
Check from Phil.
Pot is $37,800.
15,000.
Get a $15,000 bet from Matusow. Action back to Ivey.
The bet laying Phil 3-1 to call this bet. It's for it to be a profitable call. Well, he's decided.
52,000 total.
He's decided to re-raise it. Now, how much does Mike like his bet?
Well, obviously, Matusow cannot beat the ace of clubs. He also cannot beat a full house. There's a paired board out there. And that's certainly what Ivey is representing.
Can't believe I'm thinking of folding this hand. I mean, none of these guys would have beat the pot and they would have laughed in my face. And
of course, Mike Matusow started this hand with just under $100,000.
Philly. Why do you do this to me, Philly?
The pot is nearly $105,000. 37,000 to call.
Check. Pocket 7s.
Oh wow! And he throws
laid
it
it
away.
Down.
Oh my! He's going to be sick. And is Ivey going to show this?
I had the ace.
On the flop, curve Jackson a 7. Ivey's still the leader with that Queen-8 suited. 3 hearts out there for him. 80,000 is the bet.
And that's a pretty standard poker play, Barry. The big stack on a flop like this in an unraised pot wants to keep making tester bets. Try to find out if the little guy connected in any way. And with that kind of flop, it looks unlikely. So Phil Ivey says, okay, I've got queen high, but I'll take a stab at it. And look at this! Re-raise by Jackson.
Wow. This may be the line in the sand here for Paul Jackson.
Phil Ivey, though, if he really thinks deeply about this, might be asking himself, well, now wait a minute. If this guy had a jack in his hand, would he re-raise me here? Probably not. So what the heck is he doing?
So he's thinking it, and the question is, will he overthink it?
A re-raise!
Well, there you are. Re-raises to 320,000. It's right back in the face of Paul Jackson.
We are watching some poker here, Barry. Both guys with nothing. Nobody connected with that flop, and here they are, raise, re-raise, re-raise.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, Jackson is re-raising. What the heck is going on here?
Re-raising.
Another 150,000, now it's up to 470.
Almost 1 million chips in this pot now.
Phil Ivey has got to fold here.
How much you got left? 360. 380. 360, 380.
380,000 is what Jackson finally arrives at.
Barry, let's put this in perspective. We're looking at a 1,000,000 chip pot, and both players have nothing. We are looking at two guys bluffing with nothing, both of them. Who's going to blink?
With 2 cards to come. I don't think he's going to blink.
I don't see how he can possibly continue in this hand. Everything Paul Jackson has done.
All in.
What?
That's why we're here and they're there.
Absolutely astonishing poker.
Not much point thinking, is there?
I loved my BlackBerry back in the day.
Yeah, I never used one, so. But I remember them.
Ivey, King Jack suited, cut off, open. Hajiyev on the button, and a big stack could look like he's looking to bully here, as we know the 3-bet is inbound.
Yeah, let's see what sizing he comes with.
450.
450, so it's a little bigger. It's a little bigger. He's going almost 3x in position. And once you get down to these shallow depths, that's, even though that's quite standard for deep stacks, it's a large in position 3-bet sizing here. Sometimes with ICM you kind of prefer that as you have a polar range. Now let's see what Ivey decides to do. I mean, okay, Ivey's gonna call.
So 450 deemed the right price to continue with a dominated suited king for Phil Ivey, out of position and covered, 1.1 in the middle, but not really anything of interest. And a 6-high rainbow texture. Does check over.
Better for Hajiyev in the sense that it might interact with some of his bluffs, like the ace-x suited stuff. And then he'll tend to have some of the better pairs. Like Ivey can definitely have some pairs here, but Hajiyev, the one who can really have like jacks, queens, kings, because Ivey would shove those. I mean, Ivey might still play aces, but so it makes sense for Hajiyev to bet quite a bit here, and pretty dicey spot for Phil. I mean, he's not doing very well, but
Nevertheless, he is going to tear one off for 275.
So I wonder if he has plans to maybe bluff this later on some runouts as well. We can.
Interesting 4-liner and backdoor hearts here. Not to cut you off, Rasty, but the price was right for Phil to continue. Now, not sure whether or not either camp can rep deuce X, 7X.
King high, and not even the best king high. Looks like he's thinking about doing it immediately on the turn.
Pocket sevens comes to mind as maybe the kind of kit that could be credibly represented as something that is meaningfully interacting with this board, Rast.
Sure. But
Sets
also, I think
as well?
Set, yeah. Yeah, so check, and I think, oh, well.
Straight on board.
The card's a little bit less interesting. I mean, Ivey probably has, neither one has an 8 very often here, so, I mean, Ivey's going to bet, and Ramin's probably going to call, and we'll chop it up.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
Ivey jamming.
The jam isn't not even the size of the pot, though. So it's like, the way to break this down is Ivey's moving in for like 1.3. There's like 1.6 in the middle. So he's got to call 1.3 to win 800. And how often do you think Ivey basically has an 8? And he can have some 8s, specifically maybe pocket 8s. But, you know, maybe 7-8 suited. 8-9 suited, starting to get like, does he really play it this way? I just don't think he has an 8 enough that you can really fold here, and he's going to be able to pretty liberally jam everything else because Hajiyev has almost no 8s. Oh, wow, he lets it go.
Value proposition deemed no good. So Ivey finds a way to win there, Ras. Not the first nor the last time we will observe something such as that. As Phil, not afraid to get into the murky water.